Hola, me llamo Joseph.
Hola, me llamo Nico y voy a pasar este verano en mi ciudad, en Bogotá, Colombia.
Y yo, I'm spending this summer in Lexington, Kentucky. But don't worry, we have some amazing adventures up our sleeves, even when we're thousands of miles away.
Absolutely. This year we're going to imagine and create amazing things with our communities all around the world, and we're going to do that en casa.
Exactly. And Nico, just one more thing.
Y solo una cosa más.
¡Buenos días!
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Y usted?
¿Y usted?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Y usted?
¿Y usted?
Make sure you have enough space to move around.
Asegúrate de que tengas espacio para moverte.
Sing and dance with us.
Canta y baila con nosotros.
Get ready to imagine amazing things.
Prepárate para imaginar cosas increíbles.
And don't forget your family. Always let them join in on the fun.
Y no olvides a tu familia, todos son bienvenidos. ¿Estás listo?
Sí, estoy listo.
Bienvenidos a Adventures en Casa.
Joseph, tengo una idea genial para contarte. I have the best idea ever for a script.
Oh my goodness, well, tell me. Dime.
Okay. Picture this. Two best friends are caught in a storm on their way to Red River Gorge. They no longer see the highway, and all of a sudden they hear a crack behind their car. What is it? ¿Qué puede estar pasando? Los amigos solo querían ir de viaje y de repente, ¡boom! They are flying through an air tunnel. Tienen miedo. De pronto este es el último día de sus vidas, pero después aterrizan y no saben dónde están. The place they landed seems magical, yet dangerous. And después.
Come on, what happens next?
I no sé. That's where my mind gets blocked. Y ya no sé qué escribir.
No, but you have to finish the story. It's so good.
Ay, ya sé, pero es que primero tengo que escribir el diálogo de los personajes antes de poder continuar, you know?
Claro que sí. You need to have a conversation between the two best friends. So you need some dialogue and monologues.
Sí, exacto. I agree, but first necesitamos entender la diferencia entre el diálogo y el monólogo.
Well, the great thing is, dialogue and monologue are elements of theater. Dialogue and monologue in a play are conversations or speeches that help to tell a story.
Correcto. El diálogo y el monólogo buscan contar la historia a través del lenguaje.
Okay, but Nico, I've got a question. If dialogue and monologue are just talking in a play, how exactly are they different?
Muy buena pregunta, very good question. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre estas? Bueno, el diálogo, or the dialogue, is a conversation between two or more people. Es una conversación entre dos o más personas.
Okay, so that's sort of like what we're doing right now. Hey, Nico.
Hey, Joseph.
How do you like this dialogue we're having right now?
Well, so far so good. No me puedo quejar. Está bien por el momento.
Hey!
Entonces, that was dialogue. Es un diálogo. Pero un monólogo, a monologue, is a long text just for one character that is spoken by one character. Un monólogo es un texto largo de un solo personaje.
Okay, I get it. Here we go. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows, etc., etc., etc.
Etc. very good. Eso fue un monólogo.
You know, this reminds me of just last week. It was my sister's birthday. Necesitaba muchas cosas para la fiesta. I needed lots of things for the party, so I spent a lot of time talking through my shopping list by myself.
Un monólogo.
And then I talked to a lot of shopkeepers as well to buy all the goodies.
Un diálogo.
And boy, esa fiesta fue muy divertida. I remember her birthday just like it was yesterday. I had so many things to get. First, I'm gonna have to get some pastel, a cake, helado, some ice cream, dulces, sweets, and finally, flores, flowers.
Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. It's a special day, I've got to get this right. Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. Gotta check my list, no wait, I'll check it twice. Un pastel de la pastelería. I would like a cake, pretty please.
Un pastel para ti.
Gracias.
De nada.
Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. It's a special day, I've got to get this right. Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. Gotta check my list, no wait, I'll check it twice. Un pastel de la pastelería, helado de la heladería. I would like some ice cream, pretty please.
Unos helados para ti.
Gracias.
De nada.
Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. It's a special day, I've got to get this right. Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. Gotta check my list, no wait, I'll check it twice. Un pastel de la pastelería, helado de la heladería, dulces de la dulcería. I would like some candy, pretty please.
Unos dulces para ti.
Gracias.
De nada.
Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. It's a special day, I've got to get this right. Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. Gotta check my list, no wait, I'll check it twice. Un pastel de la pastelería, helado de la heladería, dulces de la dulcería y flores de la florería. I would like some flowers, pretty please.
Unas flores para ti.
Gracias.
De nada.
That's it! We can dance! This is gonna be such a good party!
Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. It's a special day, I've got to get this right. Es el cumpleaños oh de mi hermana. Gotta check my list, no wait, I checked it twice.
Okay, Nico, I've got some great ideas for some dialogue and monologue. Let's see if we can help your writer's block.
Oh, sí, absolutely. Okay, entonces, el problema que tengo, the problem that I'm having is that because the story is between the two amigos, I don't know how or when to incorporate a monologue because then it will only be for one of the characters.
Okay, but Nico, a monologue doesn't always mean that the character is alone.
¿Cómo así? I don't know, no entiendo, I don't understand, pero si el monólogo es de un solo personaje.
Yes, but sometimes in a story, a character may say what they're thinking in their head out loud, but the audience knows that they're really only talking in their head. Like this.
Hey Joseph, you want to go salsa dancing with some friends tonight?
I have never salsa danced in my life. What am I going to do? I have 2 left feet. This is going to be terrible. Bonk. Or a monologue can happen with another character, just like when you call me and talk for 30 minutes straight.
No, Joseph, entonces mira, lo que pasó es que yo fui al mercado por necesitar una papaya, pero no tenían papayas, solo tenían papayuelas. Pero es que la papayuela no me sirve porque es que no quiero estar del estómago, entonces para eso necesito la papaya. La papayuela me serviría si es que tengo una gripa o si me siento mal como con mocos y eso. Pero no, entonces no había papayas, entonces tengo que comprar papayuela y no sé qué hacer porque pues la papayuela no me sirve para lo que necesitaba.
And I was thinking, what would work to get rid of that writer's block?
What? ¿Qué?
Improvisation.
¡Oh, sí! Oye, me encanta la improvisación.
Improvisation stretches your imagination because you create something from scratch with just your instincts.
Por supuesto, porque al improvisar tú usas tu imaginación, entonces eso se expande ya que estás creando algo con solo tus instintos. And, I have the perfect game for us. Let's act out the story!
Yes!
Okay, bien. Primero, first, the narrator would tell the story, saying, there were 2 best friends that are driving on the highway on their way to Red River Gorge, and then all of a sudden, lightning strikes, and they are taken to this new mysterious and dangerous place. Joseph, ¿qué está pasando?
Oh my goodness, where are we, Nico?
No sé, I don't know. I've never been to this place, but I think I dreamt of it once.
Yeah, I never imagined that I could see flying jellyfish like this before.
They are so big. You're right. I have never imagined I could see one of those. But do you think that they have superpowers?
I bet they do. I bet if we grab onto the jellyfish tentacles, we'll get super electricity powers. You know what, Nico? Hold up. I've got a new idea for the story. Let's rewind. Our 2 best friends were driving on the road. They were going to the Red River Gorge, and then lightning struck, and they landed in a new mysterious land. Oh my goodness, Nico. This city is the coolest place in the entire world.
I know. It's so majestic, and it's so shiny. You know what it reminds me of? Diamonds.
That's why it's called the Diamond City, the home to the most famous people in the entire universe. They all come to this city.
But Joseph, you know what that means?
What does it mean?
We have the blood of royalty because remember the legend that only those with royal blood can enter the Diamond City.
King Joseph and King Nico! Dun dun dun! Oh my goodness, that's such a good story!
I loved it. That was so much fun because there's no telling what can happen in your story with some great dialogue.
Okay, todos en casa, it's your turn to make up your story. 2 best friends get caught in a storm and land in a mysterious place. But where do you think that they end up? You get to finish the story with your own dialogue.
You know, Joseph, with all we've learned about setting and characters and dialogue, I'm getting some great ideas about our next adventure in casa.
Oh, me too. Thank you so much for everyone at home. Y'all are great adventure partners.
Muchas gracias a todos en casa. ¡Feliz semana!
Adios. Have a great week.